Keys time.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm Kris KeyZ, and you're absolutely in the best place for music creators, music producers, and my entrepreneurs. Man, this is the KeyZ Method, and man, you know, I'm highlighting some of the hottest that we have in the state of Texas, man, and beyond. Guys, I'm gonna get right into it, man. Welcome to the KeyZ Method, my homie, man, Mr. Highstrung, man. What's up?
What's good, man? You know what I'm saying? I'm here. I'm excited to be here, dog.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? Real talk.
Man, bro, this is finna be interesting, man. Mr.
Yeah.
Highstrung, man, you one of the flyest artists coming repping Texas, you know, San Antonio, all the way Houston, Killeen,
yeah,
Dallas, like, man, just the whole area, man. Like, you doing your thing with the merchandise, the Fly Zone merchandise. You doing your thing with the podcast, man. I mean, you out there repping the community.
Yeah.
Like, let's talk about everything, man. You know, here on the KeyZ Method, I break it down, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna break it down all the way from the beginning.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, are you originally from San Antonio or where you from, man? Texas?
Yeah. No, so my pops was military when I was growing up. You know what I'm saying? But
okay.
I actually was like born in Germany. You know what I'm saying? I was born in like Nuremberg, Germany. But I'm originally from Killeen. You know what I'm saying? That was like where I got my first experiences on everything. You know what I'm saying? Killeen was like my first everything.
They have a military base out in Killeen, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that, you know what I'm saying, that's where my pops retired at.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, but I got my first experiences, you know what I'm saying, as far as like moving around, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people, I love it because a lot of people think about the, you know, military kid life and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying, I when I got back to America, you know what I mean, I was faced with a lot of different challenges and a lot of things I had to learn and move a different way. You know what I'm saying? So Killeen really did that for me. You know what I mean?
Okay, you got that Kobe blood. You don't come from international, you come to the States. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, man. So all right, so Killeen, Texas. All right, and then where did you do, like, you grow up in music, playing sports, or like how was growing up then with the military life?
I mean, it was kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I was still very, you know what I'm saying, family oriented. You know what I mean? But I mean, growing up in the military was just, you know,
was there a lot of music
we moved.
going on it?
Music for me was the only thing that felt like home. You know what I mean? Because in the military, as a military child, you move once every 3 years.
Okay,
so like you run into people who be like, I knew this dude since I was in 2nd grade, and they grown men now. But I never had that. I never had somebody that I knew up until that point. I knew that we would always move, and it would make me, as a kid, it make you upset because you get close to people, you start fucking with people, whatever, and then all of a sudden you got to move. So for me, it was like, you know what? I was like, music was the only thing that didn't disappoint me. You know what I mean? It was the only thing that was familiar. I knew that when I would move, no matter where I'm moving to, I got my pad with me, and that was the only familiar thing going to the next place that I could count on.
So you was writing early then.
Yeah, and I actually ran into a guy named Larry Smith when we moved to Fort Sill, Oklahoma, which is crazy because Oklahoma was the place where I learned about like gang culture the most. Oh, everybody laugh, you know, like Oklahoma, but I'm like, Oklahoma got some gangsters, you know what I'm saying? Like, I learned about Bloods, Crips, all this crazy stuff from Oklahoma, you know what I'm saying? Then I had ran into a friend who was older than me. Shout out to Larry Smith. You know what I'm saying? I actually, you know, reconnected with him back on Facebook, but I ran into him, and he taught me when I was in 7th grade how to construct music, and how to write music, and how to come out with 16s, etc. You know what I mean? So yeah.
So was you writing rhymes, or was you like poems first? What was catching your attention at the time? Like?
Well, it started with poetry. Like it started like you know what I mean? I wasn't like heavy into poetry. I wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, but I was really into like storytelling. Yeah. And like, you know what I'm saying? And my dad was actually like you know what I'm saying? My dad was actually like a DJ. He would make these like little mixtapes for a lot of his neighborhood friends and stuff like that, or people that we was moving around to and didn't even really know the power of what he was doing. And I would see some of his friends freestyle, and then, you know, I started listening to Pac, Mace, Big early on. So in 4th grade, I knew the whole Mace album. I could rap it like, you know what I'm saying, front to back. So that's where it kind of, you know what I mean, where I kind of gained that from, yeah.
So you think you was inspired by the East Coast?
Yeah, at first. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really get into the South until more so when I moved down here. I think the first time I heard a Screw record was when I was like, you know, I was like, they did that on purpose.
Yeah.
I thought the damn CD was broke.
Bro, that was the exact thing I felt when I moved to. I was like, man, I never heard this before. I was like, man, what? I didn't understand it, you know, the first time, but then it kind of, once you listen to it, like, all right.
Yeah.
So, you know,
it was kind of crazy.
I dig it. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, who was you inspired by growing up? Like, any I mean, you said the Mace album. Was it any?
Yeah, like absolutely. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy because the first person that I actually liked only because my pops would listen to. Like, I grew up in a household where there was so much music. So my mom is a big Prince fan. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I could my parents listened to so much music. I could actually like tell what type of mood they was in based upon the music that she was playing.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? If I smelled like Pine Sol in the house and she was cleaning and I heard like Prince When Doves Cry, I knew she was upset. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew. But if I heard like a Prince song like We Gonna Party Like It's 1999 and I smelled bacon, then I knew for a fact it was a great day. You know what I'm saying? So I could basically depict on what type of attitude was gonna be, you know, throughout the day. You know what I mean? And then my pop would listen to like a lot of Pac, a lot of you know what I mean? And I just kind of fell in love with it then. So that was my first influence. I think like, you know, the Princes and the Pacs, and then of course I started getting into my own type of where Jay-Z became a thing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. A thing for me. Jermaine Dupri, So Def was big. I was actually a Bow Wow fan at one point because he was my age.
Hey man, Bow Wow went hard though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I was out and
106 in Park Day Bow Wow.
Yeah, 106 in Park Day Bow Wow. Now I was kind of taken back because I wrote all my rhymes, but when I found out Jermaine was writing for Bow, I was like, well, I've been writing out, but it also made me say, okay, you know what I'm saying? I kind of could see because he was spitting real hard to be 14. Yeah, you know what I mean. So,
but it was a thing to write your own rhymes back in the day.
It was. See, and that's what made me say, man, I can't mess with him because you know what I'm saying. So it was just kind of it was hurtful because I was writing that, you know what I'm saying. So it took me.
You write your own rhymes?
All of them, even some of the R&B hooks. You know what I'm saying. So yeah,
you don't have no ghostwriter.
No ghostwriter, you know what I'm saying? No ghost. Ain't nobody hunting me over here.
You know snipers out there.
Yeah. We the Ghostbusters over here. We busting the ghosts over here. You know what I'm saying?
Would you write for other artists?
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And now I think differently. You know, obviously, like you said, when I first early on in my career, it was like a big no. Yeah. Now I'm more subjective and I think differently. You know what I'm saying? It comes with growth and maturity. I do want to write still a majority of my rhymes, but I would write for other artists. And I'm not going to shun the idea of an artist writing for me. If I think if it's a really dope song, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just something that I feel like I could gradually just, you know, because when I put music out there in the world, of course we want to get, you know, the accolades from it. We want to get paid. But for me, it's still about that passion. Right. If it's something that correlates with my life and something I could be able to touch people on, and it fits me, I'm definitely going to use it.
Yeah, it's still art.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Yeah.
All right, that's dope. So when was Highstrung born though? I mean, when was the art of that born?
I was you know what I'm saying, like the artist himself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, when did you start recording and getting that out there?
I would say I was 17 years old, you know what I'm saying, when I first recorded. Okay. You know what I mean? I recorded with a cat that he called himself Texas Boy at the time. And dude, like, being all on the record, you know what I'm saying? He was that dude, like, and he used to, this is back when, like, he was trying to be like the DJ Khaled, but like, you know what I'm saying, then, and he would use this echo, and he'd be like, ha, 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 it's Texas Boy. And he'd be like that all over the record, and you know what I'm saying? And it was crazy, but, you know, but I actually didn't take music seriously until I moved to San Antonio, which was in 07. Okay. You know what I'm saying? When I moved here in 07, I made a valid point that, you know, this is San Antonio was where Highstrung was born. You know what I'm saying? That's where I started my career. And I went there on a mission, you know, with the mind frame of this is something I can't live without, but I would die for doing it. You know what I'm saying? I would die behind this. And like, I really went to San Antonio with that like energy. You know what I'm saying? Like everywhere I went, I would perform and I'd be by myself, but it was like, I knew that I had to impress people. And there were certain things that I had to go through, like paying to be on the flyer, paying $150 to be on the show. And there was some shows I paid for that they never even put me on the flyer. But my biggest thing was that when I walk away from that stage, that you remember who I was. You know what I'm saying? You remember what I was about when I hit that stage. So that was the thing for me. I knew there was a big city. I knew I had a point to prove. You know what I mean?
So you hit the ground running. I mean, you was in the the streets. I mean,
yeah, tough.
I don't know if I met you. No, let's see. It was after 07 when I met you, but
yeah.
I mean, ever since I met you, I mean, I've always seen you hustling and grinding out there.
Yeah,
though. I mean,
I appreciate that, man. Absolutely.
I mean, where does that come from? I mean, or what could you give any artist coming up right now?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is it necessary to get out there and grind? Because I think it pays off. I mean, we obviously seen it.
I believe that I mean, I'm very established in the city, you know what I'm saying? But I've always wanted to be established in whatever city I'm in, but I've always thought about outside of my city. You know what I mean? A lot of people that want to grind, they only do the footwork necessary to be noticed in their city. I never thought like that. Right. I always thought, I don't care what city I move in, I want to be a pillar to that city. And right. I've always thought about just thinking on a bigger scale. And I think the footwork is definitely necessary if you want to make a household name for yourself. You know what I mean? Even to this day, you know what I mean? People are not selling mixtapes out the trunk no more. It's all digitalized, you know what I'm saying? But you still have to do the footwork. I think it makes a difference. You know what I mean? The guy that's putting his flyers everywhere, doing this, doing that, he still matters.
Yeah, that still
you know
works.
What I mean? Yeah,
the flyers. And I mean, you're doing more than that. I mean, you're doing your own events and a lot of stuff in the community.
Absolutely.
I mean, I know when school, before this pandemic, I mean, I seen you doing like a lot of school, giving back. Doing shows and stuff for the school. So, I mean, talk to them about that. I mean, tell me. What's up with that, man?
Yeah, we started a school program called Strung on Knowledge. You know what I'm saying? It's the ending of my name, and it's just about them being strung out on knowledge. And it was cool, man. You know what I'm saying? I was able to go talk to the principals. You know, we always talk to the principal or the person in charge of the student body, and we always let them know, like, look, man, I'm an artist. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna hide my art. I do what I do on my Instagram, you know what I'm saying? I'm not changing it up. I'm just not, this isn't a kiddie thing. It's a real artist, real rapper coming into the school, being real with the kids. Cause I wanted to do it because when I was growing up as a kid, we never had that. We had like some old, and I love it, but we had some old 90-year-old doctor who would come talk to us about being in the medical field. And he couldn't relate to nothing I was going through out in these streets or whatever I was doing. Facts. And I couldn't relate to nothing he was doing. But like me, these kids feeling like even to this day, when you coming back to the school, and there have been amazing things that have happened. Like we've saved a couple lives. There was a young lady who was cutting herself, and she hit us with a message and said, ever since we came to her school, she doesn't do that anymore. It was a young man. It was a father who actually hit me and my manager up and asked us to call him. And I was thinking in my head like, oh, he gonna be saying something about a rapper going to his kid's school. And he was, but it was the opposite. He was like, man, my son, he was headed down the wrong path, and he said you went to his school, and now he want to do things right, and I thank you. I've been trying to reach him for so long, and I just think that those are the reasons that I like it the most. And like I say, I go in there to the kids, and it's funny because the teachers always look at me when I first go into the auditorium. I'm like, look, y'all got. I was like, how many of y'all have a dream? All the kids raising hands. I'm like, y'all probably won't make it. You probably won't never really reach that dream. You probably should do something else. You know what I mean? You should probably think just stay in school and just work a normal job. And then all the teachers is looking at me like, but I'm like, and that's exactly what they gonna tell y'all when y'all step out here. And if you believe them, then you should do exactly what they telling you. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of cool to see the approach that they see that I take. You know what I'm saying? And I always tell the kids, if you don't have a dream, then you just a waste of space in this world. Man. You know what I mean? So deep. It's definitely a good program. I hate that COVID stopped it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's not gone, though. And that's what I want to put out there. It's not gone. We still doing it. Okay. When the schools open back up, it's still going down. You know what I mean?
You going to go back?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. Okay.
Man, it seems like a good program to me, giving these kids hope. And that's what these kids kind of need right now, like a mentor their age. And, I mean, everybody, like, nowadays we're so busy and caught up with, just whatever that we don't find time to give back, man. So
exactly.
And also I think for anybody watching, just to see the versatility of a real artist, because I mean you can hit the schools with a message, obviously you got to have songs and a way to present that, right, and then you go out here and you still are able to present songs and do concerts on your own elsewhere and do shows, right? So I mean like the energy's the same, but it's like like
the versatility of
it,
and I love that
reaching your fans. You got to reach your fans,
and you know what's crazy, Kris? Somebody had compared me one time, dog. Like when you think about comparisons, you think like you think of the comparisons you want to compare yourself to. You know what I'm saying? So you think like obviously we talked about the influence like Jay-Z or whatever. So you think like okay, dude gonna compare me like to a Jay. One time this dude had compared me to like Will Smith. And like, you know what I'm saying? It kind of messed me up because, but I see what he was saying. He was like,
he did win the first Grammy,
he was like,
though.
Will Smith.
That's crazy.
He was like, Will Smith, bro, is like a mogul though. Like everybody know him. He can touch. Kids can mess with Will Smith, and then you know what I'm saying. Adults, we can. Will Smith can still hop on a record and still eat it. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, so when I really broke down what he was saying, it made me feel, you know what I'm saying. I seen where he was going, but when I first heard that, I was like super offended, and I was ready to like fight, dude. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy.
Man, I think, man, I think art is kind of cool the way, man, art can just be presented, man, because art doesn't have like an age to it. It doesn't have. It's timeless, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
And timeless art, man. Like I think nowadays, a lot of the young kids are still listening to what like some of the 70s and 80s music. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think basically it's a compliment that your music's going to be around for a while. You know what I'm saying? A lot of generations are going to get that. So talk about the recording process, man. Like how many? I mean, I know this. We're gonna get to this new project. I was talking about you earlier when you first came in. I was like, man, you've been putting in work. You basically gave them a double album.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, but before that, I mean, you've been putting out music before then. Like, what's your first? How many projects you got now? I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Let's see. I got the first project I did was The Definition. That was my very, very first project. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't recommend anybody listen to that because it was my
old. Was your first project? Yeah,
it was my first project. Then that's
you always get a pass on the first one. The first one don't count, man.
Then the next one I dropped, the first one I dropped in in San Antonio was The Exam. And The Exam, it flooded the streets. You know what I'm saying? That was the one that really got me noticed and started opening people's eyes in San Antonio. Like, who is this?
You came back, you hit them.
Yeah, and then the successful failure after that. That was when I started getting. They looked at me as a different level because it was showing my growth.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying, and then after that I did like a mixtape. You know what I'm saying, Fly Zone Volume 1. I did Legacy. Legacy was the one that it's the one that I got into it with the producer. So I couldn't really like. It's you can only listen to it on YouTube. It's not on any more platforms anymore. You know what I'm saying, because legally it had to be taken down. And then you know what I'm saying, I had which one? And then after that, I had the mixtape Fly Zone Volume 1, which was introducing my artist Neil Alex. You know what I'm saying, and then came this one. You know what I'm saying, because the mixtape I dropped in 2018. You know what I'm saying, so
catalog
2018, yeah. So, but all of them did something for me. You know what I'm saying. It showed my growth, and they all like really did something for me as far as like just the musicality of them, the way that I went about dropping them. You know what I'm saying. Even this one, like that we about to talk about, it's just ways that it happened. It's like it all fell into place for me every time a project. Because at some point I wanted to walk away from music a few times. You know what I mean? We all go through that, like self-doubt. We all go through that. And every time that I was getting ready to walk away, something would pull me back. And I ended up doing better than my last. Yeah. You know what I mean? So,
man, it's crazy, though. I was listening to your project, man, and I was like, man, you kind of opened up on this one. I mean, it's called L.Y.F.E.
Yeah.
I mean, but I was listening to the lyrics on a few songs. I'm like, okay, he kind of vulnerable on this one. I'm like, it's a new,
completely naked on this joint.
Yeah, I mean, like, what is the term, like, life? What's the title mean? I mean, where do you get that?
You know what I'm saying? Life is just L.Y.F.E. Live your freedom every day. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that, like that's something we all should be doing. I feel like that. It came from a series of things. You know what I'm saying? First, when I was going through so much stuff, I really went through. Which is I don't want to like, normally when us as artists, when we go through stuff, we just say, it was a process to build this album, but it's dope. Y'all go check it out. And we don't ever say anything else. This one, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to hide the nakedness of this album. I want everybody to feel literally every blood, sweat, and tear that came from this album. I really went through, in a 2-year frame, I went through so much, Kris. You know what I'm saying? So much. And I really did cry behind some stuff. I really did, shed some blood behind some stuff. It was really a lot of sweat in the studio and outside the studio, and it was just so much, emotion put behind this project. And I think I went through every emotion that you could possibly go through with putting this album together. So, you know what I'm saying? Huh?
Some anger in there?
It's some anger in there, you know what I'm saying? It's even some proving in there. Like, there's a point in time where everybody be like, I don't got nothing to prove to nobody, or I don't give a what nobody say, but at the end of the day, we all kind of do. Yeah. You know what I mean? And there's a song called Active on there where like I got to a certain maturity or growth, you know what I'm saying? And I stopped talking about certain things, and I felt like I was being tested. I felt like certain people were still testing me, like I'm not that guy. So I put active on there to really show, like, dog, at any point I can jump back into those shoes and check any of y'all. But I'm on this level now where I don't want to bring that energy towards you. But it's the energy's there. You know what I mean? So, you know, it was like that. It was like a proof. Like I got a point to prove on that end too. So yeah, you know,
the album, and you gave them 20, was it 22, 20 something songs?
22 tracks. And the crazy thing is it was like 28 at one point. It was like 28. And then everybody, you know, I kept getting like pulled left and right. Everybody was like, man, that's a lot of tracks. I don't think people have the attention span. I was like, man, but the way I set it up, the way that I did it, trust me, it's going to go right. In my heart, it told me to give this much music, you know what I'm saying? Because I hadn't dropped a project in 2 years, but still had my same buzz, still had my same popularity. Nothing died down. And then how I set it up is I talked so much trash. When we went through the pandemic, I started talking so much trash on the internet, like y'all can't compare. I was doing that on purpose to ruffle feathers. People was giving me interviews and stuff based on just the shit I was talking. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like, but I felt like that it was that strong. And then, you know, if you really think about it, the way I set up the singles, it never allowed you to get bored because my single drop came out March of last year, and it's on this album. You feel me? And Mo Money came out last year. And then, you know what I'm saying? Then I dropped Totem.
Drop was
this
a dope
year.
record.
Appreciate it, man.
That was dope. The video elevated it too.
Yeah, absolutely. The video was nice. Yeah. I love it.
What's the lead up to the video process, man? Because the videos are always on point, man. You got the dance crew in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's up with that, man? That's
well,
a signature.
shout out to my dude Mike B and Cooley Films, but Mike B's he's Fly Zone. He's with us, you know what I'm saying? And he shoots a lot of my videos. He actually shot that video drop, and you know, I always try to incorporate the dancers because my manager, she's a big hip hop dancer. She's part of actually the best dance group that San Antonio's ever seen called Unified Soul. Her and I think 2 other members, if I remember, had started the group. And you know, when I had knew her like maybe 10 years or so before I even met her, I had just seen them around in some of the same shows, and they was always doing breakdance show. They was killing other crews. They was like, you know, like not even like barely beating them, but bodying crews. You know what I'm saying? So they was like known everywhere. Mm-hmm. And you know, long story short, she ends up my manager. So it was like, you know, I always wanted to incorporate dance in it because I respected the dance world. I never knew too much about it, you know what I'm saying? But I actually almost got into it with a dude for calling him a hip hop dancer because he was a crumper. It's a difference, you know what I'm saying? So like you know what I mean? But that just shows you how deep that it gets in the dance world, you know what I'm saying? And so I always wanted to incorporate that in my music because I do care about the other worlds. And when I found out that there was a whole dance world going on while it was a hip hop world, and then if you really think about hip hop, it started with the element of dance. Exactly. You feel me? So before it was even MCs and all this stuff and DJs and taking over, it was really, you know what I'm saying, dancing. It started off with pop locking and all that. So yeah, so you know, I always had like a real respect for the dance world, man.
Shout out to the dance crew, the videographers, and the whole team.
Video was crazy. Sure. Video was dope. It was fun too. Yeah. I can't wait for you to get out there one day, Kris, and just have some fun with it. I can't dance. You know what I'm saying?
I can't dance.
I can't either though.
I need lessons.
You know what I'm saying?
Give me a couple of lessons, and I can.
Don't do it like that.
Don't do it. Wait a minute.
Kris gonna do it like that?
Nah,
yeah, you out there battling somebody.
Right. Nah. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, no battling for me, man. I leave that up. I'm a background person, man. That's why I love to produce, man, and let the artists. Yeah, definitely, man. So I mean, talk more about this album, man. I mean, you get kind of, like I said, you're vulnerable. I mean, I don't know if the songs. I mean, you brought your family into some of these records. I mean, the emotions behind that. I mean, what made you?
Like, you know what I'm saying? I just felt like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, for even to go back to the beginning, go back to the title. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like that.
Tell know what the title means again.
It means live your freedom every day. You know what I'm saying? Life. L.Y.F.E for live your freedom every day. And I feel like we know so much about other people. You know what I'm saying? So much about other celebrities. But how many people really challenge themselves to know themselves? Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't spend enough time with themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know right now, I heard a girl say one time, I always tell this story. She was telling another girl in line in front of me that, girl, you know Beyonce like pepperoni pizza? And the girl asked her, what kind of pizza you like? She was like, I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, how you know that, but you don't know, you know what I mean? It's something that simple, you know what I'm saying? I just felt like, and like, I brought my family into this because I'm very big on fam, you know what I'm saying? I'm family oriented. My aunts, my uncles, all of them have been a part of the process of what Highstrung is today. You know what I'm saying? And like when the song first come on, you know what I'm saying? It's my first track is called February 1st, you know what I'm saying? My birthday. And my mom is at the beginning of the track, you know what I'm saying? She just
hold on. February 1st. Happy birthday.
Appreciate it,
belated,
man.
A little bit
Appreciate
birthday
it.
then.
Yeah, belated birthday, yeah.
Okay.
Just had a birthday, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, my mom is actually the first one that hopped on there, and you know, she says my full name, Paul Eddie Hightower III, born February 1st at 10:58 a.m. And right after that, you hear the piano to my first track, you know what I'm saying? So that right there was just a touching notion. When you hear it, you like, man, that's crazy. Because on the last album, I had my dad talk on the album, you know what I mean? So this time was my mom. And you know, my daughters are important to me, man. I have them on the end of some of the tracks, you know what I'm saying? And It just was, I just felt like, you know what? I want people to really understand the inner workings of my life. And I'm not afraid to put that out there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, and I had real conversations on the album as well. Like those conversations and those skits that you hear, those are real conversations of us in the studio. I just recorded people. And then of course I asked for their consent after, like, hey man, I was recording this, by the way. And they gave me the consent to use it. But I didn't want nobody to come in the studio and be like, hello, hey, and like it sound like it's being, you know what I'm saying? I wanted it to be all natural, as if we really having this conversation, which we were, and that be a real moment, you know what I'm saying? That's why some of the tracks, they really touch me, and I knew that they would touch other people, because I'm giving you the actual process of the creation of the album.
Man, that's definitely growth, man, throughout your whole career, man, so far. So, I mean, you got that going. You got the videos. Talk about, like, Fly Zone. I mean, you've had that for a while, though. Yeah. For the people that don't know, like, talk about, is that a whole brand? I mean, is it a clothing line?
Yeah, it's a brand. It's a clothing line. It's an entertainment. You know what I'm saying? People associate us with being a label, but we're actually just an entertainment company. Shit, we'll sign a golfer if he dope. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no specific thing that we sign. You know what I'm saying? We just...
the new money team.
You know what I mean? Straight up. It's the entertainment company. And Fly Zone, you know, I feel like that everything that you buy nowadays, it feel like you got to be a part of something. Like if you go buy some Louis or Gucci right now, you gotta low key be about money. You gotta have money, and they make you feel like that when you go purchase it. But see, Fly Zone is for us. It's for the people.
It's definitely a movement.
It's a movement. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that I always say that it's not just a movement, it's the movement. You know what I'm saying? And it's the movement for the people, because at the end of the day, it don't matter if you short, tall, small, big, black, white. It don't matter nothing. You know what I'm saying? Fly Zone fits you because it means being fly in your own zone, and it means that no matter how you choose to no matter how you choose to live your life or how you choose to go about life, as long as you think you fly, that's all that matters. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, like right now, if you buy some Louis, no disrespect to Louis, but what does that mean? What does anybody know what the actual brands that you rock mean, and why do we rock them? It's because you heard somebody say that it was cool. Let's be honest. Like we heard somebody that was tight, or like Tom Ford. I'm gonna be honest. I ain't know who the fuck Tom Ford was before I heard Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Like until I heard that Tom Ford song, and
it blew up.
Yeah, and I'm not knocking no brand out there. You know what I'm saying? Because if you see me rocking it, you be like, well, he said, nah. I mean, it is what it is. But I'm saying that, like, you at least you know when you rocking that FZ, you know exactly what it means. You know what you rocking, and you know why you rocking it for. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing,
man. So for the listeners out there that's vibing and rocking with the Fly Zone now that you broke it down, like where can they tap in and get some of this Fly Zone gear?
Right. So the website right now is under construction. You know what I'm saying? We definitely working on an incredible website for y'all. But right now, if you want Fly Zone, you know what I'm saying? I'm always posting on my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at official Highstrung. You know what I'm saying? You spell my name HIGHSTRUNG. You know what I'm saying? Official Highstrung. Follow me on there, man. Inbox me. You know what I'm saying? DM me. Let me know, and I get you what you need. I usually post on the stories what I have out at that time. You know what I'm saying? If you want something custom, I can get something custom for you made, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying, it's usually a little bit more than what I already have out, because I got to go get that, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, yeah, man, just hit me up on Instagram and let me know what y'all need, you know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all want, I get it to you.
Man, definitely support the movement, man. That's where you go. Y'all know y'all on the ground, man. Y'all go follow him right now, man. Go follow, tap in, definitely, man. So, and also, man, for all your followers that's been rocking with you for all these years, all these albums, you connecting with them with the podcast too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you busy, man.
I opened up an opportunity. I opened up an opportunity for the artists in our city who I felt like just. You know, I heard a lot of complaining, you know what I mean, about them not being able to get a voice. the radio station's not supporting, you know what I'm saying, the local artists. And so I felt like that, you know, I wanted to make something where we can really talk about, where it's not about me just being a podcaster. We don't follow the rules of radio or nothing like that. It's just me as an artist talking to other artists and getting, you know, down to the nitty gritty on what they feel and how they feel about the industry and what they feel and what they're trying to do and what their purpose is. And it's called Trill Talk No Cap. And my slogan is, it's called Trill Talk No Cap, where we do a whole lot of trill talking and we do not cap. So, you know what I'm saying? It's dope, man. You know what I'm saying? I've had artists on there who people actually depict them as being a certain way, and they've been on there and they've actually been expressive and shared their feelings. You know, there was my favorite episode so far was definitely CTG. You know what I'm saying? I loved all my episodes, but that one, you know, those guys are known to trap, known to do certain things, and I think like people got another side of them. So shout out to CTG. Shout out to Question Live-Ola, you know what I'm saying? They was also on the show. Shout out to everybody who was on the show, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Matt Alonzo. He's also a videographer out in California who's done videos for Chris Brown, you know, Game, Lil Wayne, a lot of people, man, and the list goes on. So Trill Talk No Cap definitely opens up an opportunity for not only people that are in the industry, but people who are not in the industry to be able to talk, you know what I'm saying, and talk how they feel. And there's no boundaries, you know what I'm saying? You can say whatever the fuck you want to say on that, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
So, I mean, since we're going to keep it real, let's cross them together. I mean, so how do you feel with right now where the hip hop is right now in the industry?
You know what I'm saying? I'm just open-minded, you know what I mean? Like, I just think it's growth, you know what I'm saying? I think that, you know, a lot of people are afraid of the change. They're like, man, I don't like the way hip hop is headed right now. And but I'm like, sometimes, man, you just got to have that open ear, and you got to be thinking, like, how can I make this fit me? You know, I've never changed. I change up my style. You know what I mean? I change up, but I still stay high strung. Yeah. You still could tell it's high strung. Even with this album, it was a lot of different records that I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was the perfect element. It was hype. It was female songs. I really brought back those R&B vibes with records like Act Right and records like For Your Love. And then I brought you inspiration at the end, toward the end of the CD. So, I mean, toward the end of the record album. So, you know, for me, I think that it's just that with the way that hip hop is right now, it's actually not a better time to just like create what you want to create. You know what I'm saying? Right. And you really have to discover the artists of, I've been saying lately, you know what I'm saying? I've been saying, and it's because to me, it's a real art. You have to discover the art of not caring, of not giving a fuck about what everybody else is doing and what they're going to think about it. You know what I'm saying? I dropped this album.
L.Y.F.E.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. L.Y.F.E. You got to really, but that's an art, because we could say that all day. I don't care what people think, but the fact of the matter is, in some ways, we all kind of do. Yeah. And I had to study that art. I had to go through so much with people. Like, even like I used to cut people off. Yeah. You know what I mean? If I didn't like their energy, I didn't like what was going on, I would cut. But I actually hurt myself doing that, because what I learned throughout this album is you hurt yourself, because when you cut people off and don't try to at least try to like see, okay, I cut that person off. Now I'm left without what they had to offer me. But I could have just chose to deal with this person in a different way. Yeah. Now you choose, like, you know what? I know not to talk to you about this, because we're never going to see the eye and eye in that. So when it comes up to this, I'm just going to maneuver and not associate with you on that. Yeah. But I know where else we can talk about. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about growth and learning how to deal with people. And I think that's with hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to deal with these newer artists. You know what I'm saying? Who cares that a lot of them are using auto-tune and this and that? Like, that's they shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
ghostwriters.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Ghostwriters, like a lot of them, you know what I'm saying? Which is crazy, because them be the cockiest dudes to be like, yo, I'm a legend. I'm like, nigga, you ain't wrote half your shit, but I get it, okay? But I try to see how your style could fit what I'm doing. Like, if I hear some auto-tune dude or whatever, he doing his thing, okay, I got a hook for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to K-Dot. She did my song, No Regrets. And she's really big on the auto-tune. But the way she did that hook was crazy, which is also another crazy one, Kris, because when she did the hook, I didn't even hear the hook until I got it in the studio. Until it was time to record I never heard the hook. I had that song for like maybe like 2 months and never had heard the hook, because it was in a file that I could only open when I was in the studio. So by the time I got into the studio to get ready to record it, I was like, I told the engineer, I'm like, I don't even know what this sound like. So, you know what I mean? So I'm going to just go off of what I hear. And when I heard the hook, I thought it was magic. You know what I'm saying? I instantaneously like fell in love with it. And then I started, you know what I mean, obviously writing the rhymes that went with it. So, yeah.
So, man, this whole album, man, it's just the organic everything. I mean, you got the organic lyrics. Let's first shout that out.
Straight up.
You got organic conversations.
Straight up.
That was hijacked, but permission to put on the album.
Straight up.
You got the whole all the emotions that any artist, person, human being, normal person, a celebrity or whatever can feel, put all in this album, man. So I'm excited to finish listening to the project, man. And for everybody out there, definitely tell them where they can listen to the project.
Man, you can listen to it on all platforms. It's everywhere. Anywhere you could download music, you literally can go listen to it. You know what I'm saying? It's on Apple Music. It's on iTunes. It's on Google Play, Spotify, Shazam. It's literally anywhere you could download music. You know what I'm saying? You got an Android. You got an iPhone. It really don't matter, man. Wherever you listen to your music, you can go grab it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want to tell y'all, man. Just listen all the way through. You know what I'm saying? And the greatest thing about it is, when you look at it, it's 22 tracks, but you're not gonna feel like you listen to 22 tracks. It's been people that's been telling me that they didn't went through the album like 3 or 4 times in one day, and just think about how powerful that is. And I've gotten no regular feedback from it. Everything has been an incredible and an amazing feedback. And I mean, I'm feeling in my artist mode, Kris. So it's like I say, even the intro. When people ask me what's one of my favorite tracks, but really it's the reason why I love each track, you know what I'm saying? Even the intro, it start off, you know what I'm saying? It just start off crazy, and it'd be like hold on, man. It's a piano that play, you know what I'm saying? And it'd be like, I'm gonna say it out the gate to get them in their feelings. I'm the hardest out that made a name with no gimmicks. It's a cold world. It's hard to be a man and they're dealing with police brutality and even pandemics. I set trends. Y'all be looking for whatever's trending. We not the same, and that's why I keep on transcending. Nas taught me that I only need one mic. I'm not defined by my social media likes. Was feeling low, but now a nigga reaching new heights. Look at him go. That boy out of sight. Let me tell you about this thing that we call life. You gonna do a lot of wrong before you get it right. Just remember, keep smiling even through the pain. Before you see the rainbow, you gotta deal with rain. You don't like the road set? Pave your own way. Live your life, cause you know we all got a day. I'm a G, a real nigga. All I hear y'all say, a real G get his mama out the hood, nigga. A real G make sure his kids living good, nigga. If you in the trap, have a plan to make it out. Have a dream, write it down, then go map it out. Never forget where you come from at any time. Stay on your grind and let the whole world see you shine. Last rule, when they ask about your moves, tell them. You know what I'm saying? Like, That's exactly how I go.
Man, I don't even know what to say after that. I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's what bars.
I'm telling you, bro, man. It's going crazy. I can't help but spit like every time I'm talking about it because it get me.
I was
excited.
gonna ask you to spit some, but it just you just went ahead and
it's like, you know what I'm saying. Now I understand when I see people like Meek Mill and them and on the mic, and like you ever see an interview with Meek and he just start like randomly spitting. I understand that passion in it now because he just be like, man, And that's where I get into my zone, dog. So
man, the energy is crazy in here right now, man. For sure,
I love it. I'm loving this.
Hey, so
I'm loving this.
So tell them, is there anything else you got going on or coming up for anybody watching? I mean, definitely the album, and you promoting that right now.
Absolutely.
Streaming that. I mean, I don't know if we can do any shows right now too much with
well, COVID. I actually I did a release, or not even, it was a listening party. I did a listening party.
Okay.
I think in San Antonio they're allowing us to have like 70 to 100 people in a building. Nice. So I'm gonna probably do an exclusive. I'm gonna probably do 2 concerts. You know what I'm saying? Don't quote me on it, but I'm probably gonna do 2 concerts. I'm gonna do one with actual people, and I'm gonna say that I'm gonna probably do 70 to 100. I'm gonna say y'all got to get those tickets because normally my concerts are 300. 300 people. You know what I'm saying? But I be telling them like, listen, if you want to get the tickets, get them now. So it'll be like first come, first serve, and it'll be an exciting thing. Then I'm gonna do a digital one. You know what I'm saying?
You miss performing? Because the energy is crazy. I mean, is that?
Nah, absolutely. That's one of my favorite things to do as an artist. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't supposed to perform in my listening part. I ended up performing like 7, 8 tracks. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that it's just a part of me. You know what I'm saying? And even like I say, even now it's not stopping me. I'm gonna do. I find out how many you can have, and I'm like, that's what I'm gonna do. You know, I don't care if they told me it was only 30 people that could be there. I guess I'm gonna do a concert for 30 people, and that's what I wanted to talk about too. Like, I'm one of the only in San Antonio to sell out the Alamo Music Hall twice, and I sold out Breathe Lounge, a club that really wasn't even like a club yet. You know what I'm saying? When I did it, I sold it out, and then after that, they started doing like Fridays and stuff like that. But yeah, I couldn't find a promoter to really pay me what I felt I should get paid. So. And I knew what type of show that I would bring to the fans and how I would gain the fans. So, I started putting on my own shows. I just started getting the venues, meeting the promoters, building a nice relationship with them, and started, bringing people to their venue, you know what I'm saying, and doing concerts on my own.
Man, that's that grind again. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
That's just something that's in you. I mean, you can't really teach that though. I mean,
yeah.
So that's that. You say you moved to San Antonio for it's either all or nothing attitude.
All or nothing,
so,
yeah, absolutely.
Man, you definitely showing that, man, and definitely San Antonio, they standing up for you. I mean, you every time I roll through the city, I mean, your name's definitely popping up.
Yeah.
Like I said, listen to the album, man. It's definitely, man. It's a fun rap. It's a fun album. It goes like this, so it's riding up and down, man. It just lifts me up, and before you know it, it's like I'm all the way up here, man. So
appreciate that, bro. Definitely. I love that. That's what I do it for. I love hearing that. You know what I'm saying?
It's a vibe for sure, bro.
I appreciate that, man. You know, that's big coming from you too. Somebody of your stature, you know what I'm saying? I definitely I salute you. Appreciate it, man.
Bro, I mean, it's crazy, man. I don't know how many years, but I remember your last. I don't know if it was your last project, or it might have been this one. I think we said in the car. I think we had met, bumping into each other at the studio, which is crazy. I don't even know how that happened, but we bumped into each other at the studio, and you was like, "Hey, man, I want to play you something." Yeah. And man, I think we sat in the car and
we bumped a couple. Oh damn, forget about that. We did do that shit.
You like, come outside.
We was in the car and we was bumping some shit for a minute too.
Yeah, we
that was
sat
crazy.
Out there. You played me some records. Man,
good times. For real.
Yeah, bro. So
good times.
Keep doing your thing, man. Y'all definitely tell them one more time where they can find you.
You know what I'm saying?
On social media and tap in and follow you.
Absolutely, man. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at official Highstrung. Y'all can also follow me on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you go subscribe to the page at youtube.com/Highstrung official. You know, I'm on Twitter as well. I believe what's my Twitter? I'm going to ask my manager. Oh, Strung Official, yeah, you know what I'm saying? As y'all can tell, I don't really be on Twitter like that, but Strung Official, though, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting better. I'm getting better, but definitely catch me on the gram. That's where my joint is. I love the gram, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, appreciate y'all.
Man, y'all definitely tap in with him right there, man. Hey, man, this has been fun, man. It's been a dope interview, man.
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming through, man, on the KeyZ Method. And, man, if everybody that's stayed and watched this all the way to the end, man, definitely hit the subscribe button, the like button, and share it with all your friends, man, because, bro, this is going to be an amazing year, and I'm telling y'all going to want to tap in with Highstrung right now because this album, man, he's finna be out of here, man. So definitely catch him, man. So until next time, man, thank y'all for tuning in to the KeyZ Method.
Appreciate
y'all. Meet y'all at the top,
at
the tip top. Peace.
Yep.
It's KeyZ time.